Now, can we start with the League Cup, because the FA Cup you sort of sandwiched in between two games. Disappointed with the last one?
I'm disappointed with the result. I think just the manner in which we conceded the goals was very unlike us. Conceding from the two set pieces especially. Disappointing because we do spend a lot of time in that area. But we learnt a lot from it, and hopefully we can push on now and not make the same mistakes again.
Does it sort of up the ante, if you like, for the game against Durham?
I think so. It's pretty much going to be all to play for, depending on what the other result is with Blackburn and Sheffield. So yeah, we want to win the game. We've got a busy week in terms of the 3-game week heading into, so we want to win all 3 games.
And in terms of that week, does that affect your team basically? Because the FA Cup's a big game, and then there's clearly the big game against Portsmouth the following weekend.
Yeah, I think so. I think you'll see everyone feature in some capacity, which is good for the squad. And ultimately, we'll pick a team towards the end of the week to go back into league action.
FA Cup, then, on paper, it looks like a good draw for you at home. Lower league team, or lower than you? Yeah,
we were happy with the draw, especially being at home. I think is important. We've got a nice week in terms of the 3 home fixtures, which is pleasing. But yeah, Huddersfield are a good team. We've had a lot of battles previously with them over the years. Very, very respectful of the opposition. Yes, they're amateur, but they've got a hell of a lot of experience in that team who've been around the block, and we're not going to underestimate them.
How much change has there been with Huddersfield? Because we were looking earlier that 3 years ago when COVID hit, they were actually top of the table. Things were looking very bright for them, but clearly since then there has been quite dramatic change within their setup.
Yeah, I think that's football. Sometimes we've been on probably a similar journey. They found themselves relegated into the league below, but they're going well in the league. I think they're 4 points off top. They score a lot of goals. We've done our research. We've watched them play. We don't underestimate any opposition, and we'll go and try and win the game.
I think you spoke about the FA Cup last season, and I talked to you about it, and the magic of the cup, it still holds that little cachet.
Absolutely, yeah. That's there's a big financial reward. The further you go in the competition, which is important for us, and we want to generate the funds to try and invest more into the team, which is important. So yeah, we'll take the game seriously as we do with every other game, and 1 game at a time.
I mean, is that a real bonus now? I mean, aside of the talk we had about the FA Cup losing its sort of lustre, if you like, that money is critical, isn't it? Crucial at this level now.
Yeah, I think it's really important. It's part of the business. It's a way to generate good money into the club. Like we have been rewarded a good tie at home, and we don't want to slip up. So the players are well aware of the opposition. We've done a good bit of research this week and tasked the players with certain things to inform each other with, which has been fun and interesting. So yeah, we're looking forward to the game.
I know it's easy to say, but on the run that you've been having in the league, if you maintain that consistency, you shouldn't have any trouble, should you?
And that's the challenge, and that's the message to the players. The consistency bit is really important. We didn't see that in the League Cup against Blackburn, and that was disappointing. No matter what competition it is, we have to find them levels, and that's the challenge to the players. We can't just be motivated for the 20 league games that we've got. It's a short season. We don't play a lot of games. Every game matters, and that every game is an opportunity to put yourself in the shop window as well, in terms of wanting to play games for this football club. And the high performance levels are, it's a competitive squad we've got, and every time you set foot on the grass, there are opportunities to showcase what you're all about.
And talking about high performing, Mary and Ellen coming back from Wales, having achieved their first tournament qualification, they must be on an absolute high at the moment.
I don't think it's quite sunk in yet for them both. Both been back in this morning, been on the grass with them there, just there. Obviously, they're both delighted. Both young players who've got bright futures and a longer career with Wales, and hopefully they can do well in the Euros in the summer. And hopefully do well for us in the second half of the season as well.
It's fantastic, isn't it, to have a couple of internationals in that situation. Puts you on the map as well as their own personal profiles.
Yeah, it's really good for the football club, and it's nice to have played a part in their in their international career as well. They're showcasing what they can do for this football club, which is ultimately put them in a good position to play internationally. And you know, and obviously we've got Jessie on the other hand who didn't qualify, and you know, Jessie played the game. I thought she was Ireland's best player, and that's not me blowing smoke up anyone, but I thought she was nice and tidy, and she's obviously devastated, but she certainly gave a good account of herself and one that we're all proud of. Cheers.
Now this season, with Newcastle, you know, being in the Championship as well, there are just so many derbies. Are you enjoying that challenge, or does it make no difference? I mean, how is it for you and the squad?
I think we enjoy a derby. Of course we do. It's competitive. It's nice for the region, I think, and it generates the interest of the game. And I think, you know, when we drew in 15,000 at the stadium, the challenge is for to draw more in at Ebbleton. I think there has been a decline in recent weeks in terms of the attendance levels, and you know, we want to play good football in order to draw people into the ground as well. So I think with the local derbies, and obviously Durham coming to Ebbleton on Wednesday, you'll see a bigger crowd because, you know, both sets of teams will bring fans to the game. But yeah, I think it's good for the region and good opportunities.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's free games, free competitions in the space of a week. Is there an element that you feel you maybe need to prioritise some competitions over others, or is it important? Every game is important to one?
I think you just got to take one at a time and evaluate what's gone on in the game, and then pick a team again for the next fixture. I don't think you can plan for Portsmouth yet. I think there's 2 games and, you know, 180 minutes of football for players to showcase what they're about and put themselves in the shop window for selection for that game. So, like I said before, you'll see the squad in its full depth over the next 2 games, and you know, hopefully we don't pick up any knocks or niggles, which is always the thing when you've got a 3-game week and it's busy. And but yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And kind of just looking at the FA Cup, how far do you think you can go in the competition, and kind of how important is that for not just now but also seasons and seasons to come in terms of that financial reward?
We obviously want to go as far as we can. I think it's the luck of the draw. It's you know, you don't know who you're going to get in the next round, so who knows? We want to try and stay in the competition for as long as we can.
And just to kind of touch on the game in the week against Durham, which was local derbies, kind of a lot riding on it, expecting probably a slightly bigger crowd. How much does that kind of motivate the players, and having so much riding on a local derby, and how important is that?
Yeah, I think every game's important, and like I said, every game's an opportunity for a player to show what they're about, and whether it's the League Cup, the FA Cup, or the League, it's a game of football, and that's what everyone's employed to do. I'm employed to win football games. They're employed to play and play at a high level. So yeah, of course we want to win the game, and if we do win, there's a chance of a qualification to the next stage. Cheers.
So obviously the last sort of little push before the winter break, Mel, after the first couple of games of the season, I know you weren't reacting to that, but if you said to you then you could be, handful of points up at the top, potentially through in the FA Cup, you must be really pleased with how I stabilised, probably the right word, and get back on track. Yeah,
we certainly steadied the ship after a rocky start, that's for sure. The talent in the squad's always been there. It was a case of, first couple of games a little bit maybe nerves or good opposition as well, and us not being at the races and making bad mistakes. And I think we've worked really hard as a group, and when you get one result you want more, and that winning is a habit, and we've gone on a terrific run and put ourselves in a really good position for the turn of the year, and we want to finish on a high in terms of taking 3 points off Portsmouth when they come, and then really try and kick on and be consistent in the second half of the season.
You must be pleased with the attitude as well, because obviously you had this weird fixture list where you played everyone at the top and then everyone at the bottom, but there was obviously not been any complacency, which I guess could have been a danger when players were going to.
I think when you're seeing the fixtures, it was all the title contenders probably the first few games, and probably always going to go one way or the other, wasn't it? And it didn't go quite how we wanted it to go, but the unity of the squad has certainly been there. And a lot of credit has to go to the players as well for sticking together, because in them tough moments sometimes it doesn't always work out like that, but the team togetherness is really good, and we want to try and kick on.